Hello, my mad scrappers. Don't be in a state of shock, okay? But I'm back with another video. I thought that for once I would follow up when I get something and try to do a project with it as quickly as I can. And these dies, these are the ones I got with this last craft day from HSN, caught my imagination. So I really want to do this dies. I'm going to try to do one of each, one card off of each die, but for sure I'm doing this pumpkin one because, oh my gosh, I want to. So I've already pulled out at least 4 sheets of card stock of 12 by 12, because literally all I got to do is cut these in half and then score them in the middle to use the die. And then I've pulled out my pads, my 2 recent Halloween pads to use again, I think, although I have a ton of old paper. So once I get this kind of cut out and I have ideas, so I think I'm going to go grab some metallic orange and black. I mean, to really play with these dies. Then I'll decide what background paper I put on it that best matches it, because I have brighter. This is more, while I love the paper, you guys saw me reveal it, it's a little bit more muted, although I'm really wanting to use this orange just because I love these pumpkins. So anyway, let me do this before I get going on this, on talking and yakking and talking. Let me cut my paper down. Let me cut my little edges down, and let me cut these down in half and scored. So I'm going to cut them, my 12 by 12 sheet into half. So I have 2 6 by 6 pieces, and I'm going to score all 4 of them at the 6-inch mark. So give me just a couple of minutes and I'm going to be right back. Okay, I am back. I have cut up a stack of cardstock, 4 sheets. So that gives me 8 cards to do, and I've already scored them. So all I have to do on this one, all of them, is fold them in half, and then I'll burnish it real quick. But we are not going to die cut it in half. We have to open it back up. I could do it this way and then open it back up. But I've gone ahead just to make it easier for me, because you need to take this die. Let me explain, Lucy. Oops. You out of the way. We're going to grab this out, and we have to center our handy dandy. My goodness, it sounds like you're breaking the thing. We center our die in the center of the card. So if I were a smart child, what I did is I marked it. So you know what? We're going to take a quick second. I could just take this. I marked it at the top. So I went, because I knew this is centered. And I know this is 6 by 6. So I went ahead and just, marked at the 3-inch mark, but just so it makes it easier for me to line up, because I am an imperfect creature. I now have, and hopefully you can see it, I put 2 tick marks, one here and then one here. So now I can line my die up, and gosh, I love that little T-square. That's My Petunia. But, and if you love, guys, this is My Petunia does it, and so does Simon Says Stamps. They have these small ones. I love it. For when I have to do something like that, it's very, very handy. I have the big one, but the big one is just that big. So now all I have to do is center it up and down, because now I have it centered side to side. So, and instead of doing that, I should have done it straight here, because I have, there we go. See, now it doesn't move because I have my magnetic Mac, and boy, does this mat, it seriously works. I will have to say that this is the one thing I like better. Well, 2 things. It's also, it's a quieter machine than the, oh my goodness, and I have it, the Gemini. I have both machines, because you guys know if there's a machine out there, I have to buy it because I'm crazy that way. Okay, so I've got it centered. That's, oh, no, wait. You have to open it up, you Dorcas, before I cut through both card layers, because there we go. See, I am capable of many crazy things, including doing it wrong. But there you go. But I caught it. I caught myself, okay? So it doesn't count. Okay, so give me a second. But no, I'm just going to go ahead and run it through. And it didn't move, right? Because everything... No, see, that's what I love about this mat. When you put it down, it goes nowhere. So let's see. We're going to take a peek and look. Oh, heck yeah. And there we go. So now we pull our die cut out. And hang on a second, because I'm going to shake this out in the trash. Okay. So now all I've got to do is grab my scissors and snip to the cut line right there, and try to keep my shaky hands from shaking. Okay, and it still didn't come out even, but that's okay, because I can trim it. There we go. Now you can't tell, technically speaking. And then I do the same thing here. Oh, we have a cat invading. And see, now you have that. I have my card. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go in, and I grabbed, all kinds of paper here. Hang on. I am really running down on my orange. Which one? I guess I'll use this orange because now I have more of that because, man, I'm down to the last 2 sheets of this really bright orange. But no, I feel like this muted orange. So I'm going to take like 2 or 3 of these for the moment of my Anna Griffin stash. I already went on. During the break, you did not know that I already went shopping again. And I had to go order more orange Anna Griffin paper. And I went ahead and ordered her stuff because I love her paper. So I did go in there. So see, now when we go back in here, I'm going to cut the pumpkin part out. So let me get this out of the way. Give me a second. Let me clean this off. Okay. I am back. I have pulled all the papers that I'm going to need and knocked a bunch of stuff out of place. But I have, as you know, I have this card. So what I did real quick, because I just want to do the orange paper piece in the orange with this Anna Griffin orange, is I put this in. Actually, I did it with the die. Let me take it back. This is how I did it. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong. This is how I did it. If anybody got a better idea, I'm all for hearing it. Put it in the comments below. But I put it, put the pumpkin to the edge. I got the smile as close to the edge as I could to save paper. And then I marked the bottom. So I pulled it up the same token by the top. I marked the bottom so that it clears the pumpkin head with the, a little bit of a margin. And then I did the same. I put a little mark right there because it clears the edge of the margin because this is the hat. So we don't care about that. Okay. So now I have those 2 marks and I'm just going to grab my scissors and I'm going to cut in. I'm just going to cut that piece. I'm just going to scissor it, and eyeball it and hopefully cut straight. And just cut across and then cut down. And see, I came pretty close. Not too bad. I'm going to cut that piece. And that's what I'm going to use now to cut the pumpkin out first. So that's what I'm going to run through. Now, is there anything else I can cut out at the same time? That's what I'm trying to think. If I can make it go, I don't think so because everything is so close, because I'm going to cut out these leaf pieces as well. And it would be a pain in the tuchus, quite honestly, to do that. So I think I would rather do 2 swipes. What I'm going to do, though, if I'm going to do that, let's see if I can keep it on. What I'm going to try to do is put this close to here. Hang on a second, because sometimes you have to plan this out for a minute. And this is me we're talking about. Remember, okay, remember who is here doing the tutorial. The one who doesn't know what the bloomin' blazes she's doing. Oh! Okay, so I'm going to put that there because I'm going to turn the die around and then I'm going to put the green over here and then keep it all on the mat. I hope. We'll see. We'll see what I do ultimately, because then I think if I run it through, I'm going to mess up this, so I may have to take it off fully. But we'll figure that. We'll cross that bridge in 5 minutes. So, okay, now let me come through here and let me just run this back through real quick. And oh yeah, this is all the way cut through. So I'm going to pull these pieces, this out. Let me see if I can pull all of this and leaving the orange pieces down. That looks good. So these are all the pieces. I don't think I need this piece. Right? I don't think I need it. But just in case, I'm going to save it. But I do need this edge. So that's what I got to look at, is what these pieces are. So I don't think this is part of, I think, this. Just in case I'm going to hang on to it. But I don't think well, you know how I can tell? Hello? Let's look if there's a spot for it. I don't think so. I don't think that's this. Although I am. Oh, there it is. I am missing a piece. But there we go, because now I can paper piece. That's my plan. And I have to put decorative paper on the back of it so that will work. So we're going to, that's going to be the tricky point, is, keeping this, so because I want this open. So let's figure this out. So let me put my paper piecing, let me put my die back in so that it lies in. We're just going to put it right there. What I want to do is keep it all together the way it's going to look, except I don't know where I have my transfer tape. So I'm just going to do this. This is why I have a ton of this tape. We're just going to grab my tape. Do we need you? I'm not sure we need you or not. So I'm going to keep you. It looks like I do. Yes, I do. So we're going to keep you there. All of these little pieces I know I don't need. So let's get these all out of the way. And I'm going to grab more and more pieces. I'd rather have overkill, because I can just put these aside and then use them later. But now I can, so now I pick these up. As long as I have it all good and stuck, I can pick my tape up. There we go. And I've kept all my pieces together. And there we go. Now we got to pretty much repeat this process. Let's get rid of all of this orange stuff, and I'm just going to send it down to the floor because I already have an election going on down there. So what the heck? What's a little bit more of Chad, right? I'm going to go now do the same thing, except now I just have to cut a strip of this green off. And that's just, I'm just going to cut a strip. I can just eyeball it more or less. Oops. You know you want to, I know you want to fall or you want to jump off, whatever. So, let me see, let's see. I'm just going to take that, and I'm doing a no small amount of eyeballing. Let's mark it right here, okay? Because that always can be used for something else, right? Okay, save that little piece. So that's going to be our little orange piece. And I have a piece of gold. Because I'm going to cut this, I'm going to read, so I'm just going to, again, cut a piece of the gold. I think this is poster board. I could be wrong. Some of my poster board that I have gotten. And if I haven't mentioned, you haven't seen it in another video, I located at, anybody's got a Dollar Tree, go check your Dollar Tree. I picked up poster board gold. This type of poster board for $1.25 a sheet. Hello. Ain't much, doesn't get much cheaper than that. So now I'm just going to take that, because that's going to go right here. So those are the two other pieces. Well, yeah, I'm going to have to do it that way because I want to also cut, if you look in this, I'm looking at my picture. So I want to cut that buckle, and then I have to cut the pieces here. Oh, and I need another little piece of green over here for these leaves that are over here. Does that little piece, let's see, the little piece I had left over, where'd it go? Where did it disappear? Let's put that there. Where did I toss it? Are you at? Do you fit there? Do you work? Oh, look, see? Perfect. All right, you. There we go. Now we got this. Now we got this. Oy. Jeepers creepers. Okay, and now I'm going to run this through. Whee! Come on, my pretty. Okay. So with that, I will lift this one. We'll hopefully, there we go, lift off these two. What I want, I will pick this off. And there we go. It's mostly so I'm going to have to cut carefully there. And then these are my leaf outline. So again, this I'm going to have to, but at the very least, I have some cutting lines. Actually, if I wanted really good cutting lines, I could put it back in. And at this point I didn't, but if I were to do this again, and this is going to be my recommendation, is to run it twice. So that because you're going to have these indentations are going to be your cut lines to cut these leaves out. Okay, my peeps, I am back. I've done no small amount of cutting and jiggering and figuring out how to do this because it took a minute. I'm not the brightest light bulb in the box, okay? Just letting you know that. We all know this is not news. So I cut out some pieces. So I already cut out my piece that has to go here because I'm gonna cut out, die cut this section here. I had to figure it out. So this is a 3 by 5 7/8, or no, 5 3/4. I think it was 5 3/4. Just so I have a little bit of a margin on the edges right here. But I'm gonna die cut this section out so that this is covered. This is 5 7/8 by 5 7/8, and that's gonna go right inside here. So that's just going to be the background paper here. So for the part that's seen. Okay, so I recut this piece to 6 by 6 because it's going to go here, and I'm going to re-die cut. Actually, I'm not going to re-die cut. What I did is I re-die cut this part that's already in the front of the card on just, you know, on craft paper. That's a pretty strong one. And what I need to, actually I should double cut it to make this stronger, because what I need to do, I cut off all of the floofly stuff here that's supposed to be out. So I just left the just the outline of the pumpkin itself. And then all I need to do is trace my pattern around it. And then, okay, I'm this way because I needed to be 6 by 6. There we go. Now it matches. There we go. So around the edge, and then just fussy cut that, fussy cut it, and it'll give the solid backing that I need. Actually, and I need to cut this little piece of the hat off too. I forgot because this is open right here as well. So here, what I need to do, and I'll show you, it's what I've done a lot of, is trimming I've had to trim a bunch of pieces off. So I'm going to cut off that little section right there. And then fussy cut. Let me look at how this how this goes. No, does it stay? No, I take it back. It stayed there. So now I've made a mess of it. So I will reinforce it. So I'm going to have to cut a second one before I do this. But what I need to do either way is to trace around it. And then I'm also going to die cut here. I take what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. I have to take this part and die cut this part out. And then just remove and this is my cutting template, because this is what's going to be left. This is the part. So I have to remove all of the little pieces. In order to do it the way I want to do it, it's a pain in the tuchus. Okay, it's almost better to do it in white and then color it all in. But no. I want to do all my paper piecing. So let me do all my die cutting. And I know part of it doesn't make sense, and I think I made a mess of it. And then also, let me tell you, also, I die cut a bunch of pieces over here. So I die cut a little bit of silver, because I want my spider web to be silvery, you know, kind of shimmery, you know how it does in the rain, you know, your spider web's wet. So I want to put that there. The belt buckle, in order to put the buckle on the hat, which goes right here, this piece, I have to trim off these little pieces, but then, of course, it cuts solid here. So what I did is I cut 2 of them out. I left the other one here just so you can see. And what I did is then I traced this edge onto the other belt buckle and then cut it out. So now I have the belt buckle, and at least I have now a template that I will use in the future to cut my template for my belt buckle, or not my belt buckle, I want to say belt buckle, but for my hat buckle. And then I still need to cut my little piece out here in orange, or I just leave it in black. No, I need to do something there. So I'm going to have to figure out what color I want to cut it out. Literally this piece here. So this is no small amount of widgeting in order for me to get the look that I want. And I think I'm just going to do it in the orange that matches the pumpkin, because I have pieces here that I can do that with. Okay. So let me do this. Let me die cut my black pieces real quick. My black piece out and my paper. So, I mean, that one. Okay. So now I have, this is what I have. So needless to say, I've got to cut all of these little loosey-goosey papers, all of this. I have to cut all the way around this edge, get rid of all of this stuff. The spider, that stays. But any of these inner lines have got to go, because this is all of the orange that is, where's my card base? This right here, hello. So see, if I left it that way, it would look nice, and that's not going to work right. So I have to take all of this off. That's going to be left in black. Okay, so give me a minute and let me cut this out. All right, peeps, we still have a little bit of trimming to do, but I'm going to do a little bit of adhering because I just need a break from all the cutting. So I've already, as you saw, I already trimmed out my panel here. But let's put this back panel on just because I have the need to see something pretty. There we go. I can make up the time somewhere in editing. Okay, I got to make sure that this is right side up and my spiders aren't hanging upside down. And then let me just center it as best I can. That looks pretty good. Whoa, look, yay! There's something now. This is a little bit more tricky, but not really entirely. So I'm going to go with the thinner bottle because it'll squirt out less glue. And I'm going to glue this down. And so I'm going to get some glue down. And I got to make sure I hit the edges so that it stays stuck. So, and I got to go quickly because the downside is because I'm using a thinner bead of glue, it'll dry faster. Okay. And then here's the tricky part. I've got to come in and go along these edges and do that writing stuff I hate to do. But, you know, I'm actually going through this pretty quickly. Okay. So let's do this. I'll put my pin in a second. Let me get this on and lined up. The important part is this side. There we go. I'm not too worried about the schmutzes. Ah, that little piece there is going to be the bane of my existence. I didn't put a glue there. So there, now I covered it. So this will be, now I can start at least putting down some of my pieces, and I want to go in, I'm going to grab my little handy dandy pin here because I didn't add glue to down here. So actually, you know what I'll do? I'll take care of it when I start paper piecing in the paper pieces. That's when I'll grab those pieces. That's when I'll do it. So I'm now ready to start at least putting some pieces, and I've already trimmed some of these pieces out. So like this one is ready to be glued down. Except I need to, do I want to leave that little point there? I want to say that I do not. I need to take that little point off because it's going into the hat. Let me line it up real quick. So we'll cut it off. And I think that'll still be okay. One way or another, whether it is or not, it is now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is apply glue down so we do more of this lovely writing that I hate to do. And then let's put this down. Always, when I'm doing this kind of lining up, start from the left and get it kind of squished in there into place. There we go. Woohoo! And if I wanted to add, actually, it's in some places it's a little bit off, and I'm going to leave it because it adds like a little bit of shading. So all things being equal. So I could put that down, and then I'm going to do the same with my spider web. I wanted to make that, so, you know, kind of stand out. So there we go. So these pieces go. So I have to take this piece off, I think. Those two pieces because, okay, so I have to trim that little piece off. Actually, I have to trim all of this off because that's going to be part of, it's kind of like part of the ribbon. Okay, so, and this is very, you know, no small amount, I'm going to be honest with you, no small amount tedious. There we go. So that's going to go right there. This is not a card that's going to come together quickly, and if you're going to make a bunch of them, you will be here till doomsday. My advice is go into major production mode and die cut a bunch of these pieces out. Or, no, make a ton of them. This is, you know, I love it. I'm really in love with this die. I'm not going to lie to you. But goodness gracious. They're taking their lessons from spellbinders, I swear. And okay. Now, let's start putting in the spider web. Let's lay it down. Wow, it has come together very well, very quickly. So I like it. So we have leaves and spider web down. That is something. Now, like I said, I still have some trimming to do because this is the belt buckle. So what I did is I told you I created a little template. I don't know where I lost my little buckle, but I have a spare. He's rattling around here somewhere. I don't know where he went. But I can always make another one. But literally, I cut this out twice so that I could trace the edge. So I did that to here. And then I traced the edge here. Just did and now I'm going to cut it and try to follow it. No, actually I have to cut these off too. Because it is just this is just the gold buckle. And I'm going to try to make it all smooth, but I can also smooth it out with a nail file. So I don't have to get too crazy. Just, you know, my usual level of crazy. Just average. And we'll cut it. And we'll go around and around and around. Just so that's our buckle, but our buckle doesn't go on yet because I got to put down this ribbon first. So I am ready. Actually, I can do some paper piecing now. I can go ahead and literally use this. These are the ones because I cut out the outer ribbon. I had already cut out some pieces which are right here, but let's see which works better. So I'm going to put this down real quick. Whether we want some contrast or we want it to match fairly closely. So I'm just going to put them down there. And now I have to trim around here. So now I'm yeah. Now, so I could leave this all matching. And actually, here's the interesting part. So I have to cut that off there. I have to cut that off here. And I'm going to cut it as close to the edge there. And then I'm just literally cutting it off here because the buckle goes over it. So we don't need this bottom part. Okay. So this is the only piece I need. So here are my options. I have this option which has it all matching. And I think I like that because I was contemplating going with the contrast. But I think I like that with a little bit of the added dimension, but all matching. Oh, I think I like it different. So I think I'm going to go with that instead of having it matchy-matchy. So I'll save these pieces for another one, and that's what I will do. I'll have a little bit of contrast added in there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is now I'm going to apply glue to my spaces. Let me turn my card this way because I want to. And let me pop my pieces back out. And now let's drizzle a little bit of glue in here. Okay. And we'll do these one at a time so we don't run into issues with the glue drying on me. Okay, so now we have that. And now we are ready to put the hat band buckle on. I'll grab the bottle, let it put it away. Why? If I'm going to be using it. And we'll just go in here again. And just write it in there, just spread it out a little bit because it's a little bit wider. There we go. Come on. I'm going to grab my tweezers. And grab my tweezers because otherwise I'm going to get glue all over the flippin' place. And there. We have a little bit of glue schmutzes on it, but I'll be able to wipe that off. So hello, we've made some progress here. And now, I mean, we're really to do some paper piecing here. We can put my little spider in because I made the spider. I'm going to make it black anyway, but I cut it out of shiny paper. So it will stand out. So let's put our little spider in and its little string. So we'll put that in. Whoops. Gotta be careful here. I'm not being careful as I should be. But I'll also be able to fix it by when the spider goes in. Right? Is this the way in? Yeah, this is the way in. Come on, my little spidey friend. There we go. He went right in. So he does, you know, he stands out a little bit because he's shiny black. And then my little string piece here. There's the shiny black string coming down from the hat. Oh, goodness. And we'll just put that right in there. Ta-da! And why do I have a pencil mark there? That is a pencil mark, right? It looks like a pencil mark. Or did I scratch? Yeah, it's a pencil mark. How did that happen? No, it's not. Did I scuff it up? I don't know. Come on. Stay in there. I'm going to put my pin back in my glue bottle so it doesn't clog. See, it was already, I could feel the glue already starting to dry in there. I don't have a lot of time with these nozzles. These nozzles clog so easy. I don't care how much they say they don't clog. It's anti-clog baloney. I have clogging issues. Okay, so we're down to the stretch. I can now start pulling. These are my orange pieces that I've left stuck, so at least I can keep them together. And these, so I can start putting in my jack-o'-lantern pieces. Oh my goodness, he's gonna look so cool. Ah, okay, that's just the glue is damp. Okay, so, okay, I put it in. I should probably wait until I put the glue in. Now I have to convince it to come out. There we go. Okay. We'll do this one at a time. Whoops, take pin out. There we go. And then we'll take our little piece here. I think I can do it with my fingers. Yep. Now this piece goes right here. Okay, hold the presses. We are down in the home stretch. All I've got to do, I almost forgot that I needed to put this piece in. And I had to do some fiddly farting and trimming to make it work. I'm going to tell you, this is possibly one of the most tedious cards I have ever made. I don't know. And I love this die. I love it. I love this whole thing. I don't know if I'm ever going to make another one of these again. Oh my goodness. There's so much fiddly farty work. I don't know. We will see. This die might find its way into a giveaway sooner rather than later, because holy cow, it is. And I'll have, you know, the templates are all going to be in there, but there is so much trimming. I mean, there's got to be, I mean, there's other ways of making it, but to make it the way I would like to make it, a lot of work. So anyway, having said that, and I'm using glue when I really actually wanted to use tape, because then I could change my mind, or, you know, because now I really, either that or I wipe it all off and then put tape down, which I think I might just do, or take the chance and the heck with it. Oh, the heck with it. Okay, I'm gonna take that little scrap paper. Okay, so now let's fit. We have very little widget time. Or actually just enough. Holy cow, never mind. Here I am, panic stricken. And it's fallen right into place because I've done no small amount of trimming. There we go. Okay, so now we are down to just needing to put our sentiments in there. And I've already taken the time to cut my little pieces, and I'm going to use the stamp set. This is from one of my recent buys from from HSN, and it's the vintage Halloween set. I got these stamps because they're so cute. I got the whole, like the bundle. I haven't bought bundles in a long time. So I want to use Boo to You for the front, because I wanted to get as away with cutting this as small as I could. And I may trim it some more if I can. And I'm going to put it in this corner because I want it to fit. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that I want it to fit this, because otherwise I'm going to have to make, excuse me, because actually it goes out like this. Is the way it is on the sample. That makes it stick out, and I don't want it to stick out. I want it to fit inside a 6x6. I'm going to have a hard enough time just getting the 6x6 envelope. The sad part of it is that it covers. I mean, I could just use the white, but no, I want to trim it in the black. So let's see how. I'm going to put the Boo to You and there. So this is already, I think, 1.5 by 2 1/8, and then a little bit bigger on the black deck because I do want to mount it. And then I have a 2 3/4 by 5 3/4 or 5 3/4, and I'm just going to stamp, excuse me, Happy Halloween. And then there's space here in the sentiment, and it's going to go right here under the flap, right there. Okay, so let's get to do some stamping here. There we go. Perfecto. Close my ink. Let's pick this up. I want the ink. Oops. I should just... Problem is, okay, we're just going to try not to manhandle. Or I can grab a wipey real quick and clean up my fingertips. And that way I run the risk. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Put that up there for right now. Now I'm going to grab, and where is my little, oh, my little paper trimmer. I have everything sitting on top of the little paper trimmer. This is my newest, one of my new paper trimmer acquisitions since my little Tim Holtz. I love this thing. I miss my middle size one. I gotta get that back for my sisters. Not that she uses it, it's just that I left it there when I can't remember. That's how long it's been since I crafted that. I think I used it because I had to cut something up for the wedding that was at my sister's that was held in July, okay? July the 20th, day after my birthday. So it was like, okay. And there we go. So I have, oh, this is, I'm very happy that I am actually able to trim that much off. That is fantastic. Oh, Chango. There we go. Wahoo. Alrighty. Put that over here. Let's bring our handy dandy card back. And look at that. Now I can stick it in the corner. You see a heck of a lot more. Yes. Yay. And the crowd goes wild. Yes, I'm a crazy person. You guys, my old timers, you guys know that. This is not news to you. I'm grabbing now Nuvo only because it dries faster. Of course, it dries so fast that I think it's clawed. Let's see. Yeah, it was a little bit stuck in. Okay. I'll just put that there. Okay, I just want to add. I have to put the glue on the spider web. Again, wait a minute. Let me grab a piece of paper again. Where is it? Oh, heck. I'll just grab a white piece of paper at this point. I don't know where my craft piece went. I just don't want to get it on the card. Because unlike Barely Art, Nuvo does dry shiny. Right? Is that enough? It's perfect. Okay, so now let's lay this down. And I can wipe off, hang on, because I got some on the glitter that isn't gonna hit. And it does dry matte, which means then my glitter won't sparkle. And there you go. There's my Boo to You. And now we can take this my little friend here. I don't know who I'm going to send this card to. Because after all of this, who do I love enough? Maybe I'll give it to Mom. That might be it, and then it stays in the family. Alrighty. And there you go. Alrighty, my friends. That is pretty much it. there is the card made with the my newest acquisition from Crafter's Companion, pumpkin carving. I don't know what I was thinking that I might be able to make 2 cards in one video. And I'm even thinking, oh my gosh, this haunted house mansion, and I want to make one. I have to at least make one. Goodness gracious. Oh, but anyway, and maybe I'll just come back and show you what the finished product is. But there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed this. It was torture. I won't lie to you. Oh my God. I think it was so much because there was so much hand trimming that had to be adjusted in order to make this card, to make it look the way I wanted and give it a good finished look. But I really like it. I'm pleased with how it turned out. There you go. So anyway, if you enjoyed it, if you learned anything from this, even if it's I'm never going to make that card, that's perfectly fine. But again, if you got any fun out of this, please, by all means, give me a thumbs up, drop me a note, say hi. And if you want to see more of madness, there will be. I'm hoping to have a video up on Friday for Funfold Friday. I already have the card I want to do. And that's going to be it. I mean, I'm going to try to do about 2 videos a week right now. I would like to be at 3, but 2 is going to be my max right now, I think, without stressing myself out. So I'm going to leave it at that. Guys, go out there and craft, okay? Make something beautiful, and remember that what you make and what you do brightens someone's day. So go out there and make a difference with your craft, okay? And as always, never forget, especially with this card, we are all a little mad here. So come on, peeps, craft the madness with me. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye!